Spring is in the air. Mr. Nameco right there. I'm Dustin. We're talking about shortstop, and the shortstop position actually pretty deep this year, so it's not necessarily one that you need to panic on draft day.
So if you want to see these rankings or all of our other rankings, there's a place that you can click somewhere that it will be pretty clear where to click. So click that. It'll take you to our site so you can see all of the rankings, which we will be updating during the spring training and whatnot. So Dustin, tell them about some shortstops that are pretty good at baseball.
So Tier 1 is just filled with talent. And again, like, these are guys that, they're all going to go early. But even if you miss out on these guys, you can get guys later. But you have options in the early rounds and the later rounds. But the first guy, Carlos Correa, he was kind of overdrafted last year. I mean, all the hype was there, but you had to pay top dollar on draft day. He didn't necessarily, give owners what they paid for in terms of his stats, but he was still very solid. He's still only 22 years old. We have not seen the best out of Carlos, so we still like him. And then Trey Turner. I mean, I get it. The guy is exciting. We got him down a little bit in Tier 1. It's just we're not quite ready to put him in elite status. And you can even kind of compare it to what happened with Carlos last year. Is just people get a little bit too excited. Could he just come in and do what he did in the short period that he was up last year and just multiply that times 2? It's possible, but it's not necessarily the safest bet. So we like these other guys just a little bit better, but we still got Trey Turner in Tier 1. He's one of the most exciting players, young players in the game, period.
If not the most exciting.
Yeah. So
it's very exciting fantasy
He is
purposes.
Fun, but do you really want to pay,
just think of what happened last year. That's the best point that you made right there.
It might have to be a first-round pick if you want to own him. And it's just, do you want to do that? That's where he's at.
So as we move into Tier 2, the first guy I'm talking about, Segura. I mean, the year that he had last year for Seattle was just ridiculous. Batted .319, 20 home runs, 102 runs, 33 bags. Based on those numbers alone, he should be in Tier 1. But it came out a little bit out of nowhere being that amazing, so we'd rather see him for another year before we put him in with those other guys at this point. And then I want to talk about Trevor Story of the Colorado Rockies. And
what a story.
What? His ADP was 31. His ADP is around 31 right now. And I think it's a little bit overdrafted because he's getting a little bit of the hype. Remember when he broke out and he was doing absolutely ridiculous things and he was hitting all those home runs? Well, he only ended with, but he ended with 27 for the year, so still very solid. But he definitely tailed off over that crazy pace it was. So I think people are still remembering that 2-3 week span that he had and drafting him a little bit too high based on that. But obviously, if he's at the right spot and he's on your team, we clearly like him.
As you move into Tier 3, still decent talent. Kind of what I was talking about at the beginning of the video. There's still guys in here that you can get excited about. One guy is Tim Anderson. We got him right around top 10. 23 years old. He should be everyday shortstop for the White Sox. Great minor league stats. This guy was a stud in the minors. He's getting his shot. 410 at bats last year. Just under 10 home runs with 9. Had 10 stolen bases. Hit .283. So you can see there's some potential there. I mean, you're going to have to spend, somewhat of a decent draft pick in the later middle rounds if you want to get this guy, but I think he could definitely be worth it. And then I want to talk about Troy Tulowitzki. I mean, I know he's 32. I know he seems to be kind of on the decline, but he can still get it done. He's still going to be, again, like a guy, if you miss out on the guys you don't like and you can still get Tulowitzki, that you're still not looking too bad at shortstop.
All right, as we move into the next tier, Tier 4, first I'm going to talk about a young guy, and that's Swanson for Atlanta. He's only 23 years old, but he's getting his shot, so we like it for that reason. In about $130 at bats last year, he batted .300, so that's a decent enough sample size. Now, the reason we don't have him higher is his minor league stats were solid, not amazing, just insane stats. He had 39 extra base hits at 400 at bats, roughly, and the ratio you like for that is what, Dustin?
I like 10 to 1.
He likes 10 to 1. So when you hear extra base hits, take a shot. Only if you're of legal drinking age. All right, next, we're going to talk about Crawford for San Francisco. And the thing that I like about Crawford is, yes, he is boring, but he's boring and reliable. So a guy like Crawford is perfect on my team when I take a guy like a Tim Anderson and I want to back him up with somebody, and maybe if you have the middle infield type slot, you put Anderson in one, that's you got the upside, Crawford in the other, that's going to be steady Eddie, nice and reliable. I mean, last year he's going to get you a decent average, he's going to get you a little bit of pop, he's going to get you some bags, so while nothing blows you away, it's pretty consistent across the board.
I do like extra base hits.
You do, that is your thing. 2 shots.
The last tier, couple guys, JJ Hardy. He's getting old, and he's not the Hardy of old, but at 34, is there still a chance he goes back and has a season like he had a few years ago? I mean, it's possible, but again, we got him down here in tier 5 for a reason. And the other guy is Chris Owings. He's interesting. They're gonna move him around. He's probably gonna have dual position eligibility, which could be nice. And he's gonna pretty much be an everyday player. He's gonna get moved around, play different positions. Only 25 years old. Not the most pop, but he did throw in 21 stolen bases. So if he is an everyday player, he could be a decent, just kind of steal specialist that you could get later that's not going to kill you with his batting average.
So again, please look at our rankings if you want to check those out, but also subscribe, leave a like, leave the thumbs up, hit the little bell notification so you can get alerts, because we're going to be doing a lot more videos in this off season, whether it's baseball or football. And Dustin, do the ring and middle finger pen flip, please, to end the video.
But also, too, we're going to do more answering questions on YouTube. So post some questions on the video if you want to post your teams or whatever. We're going to be
we'll get in the mix.
Responding more. I know we normally push people to the forums, so we're going to try to get more involved on the
We're going to give you what you want. You've been wanting it and hating on us. So we're going to answer it on YouTube just for you, our favorite ladies and gentlemen.
On the video. Yeah.
Don't love.